Hello everybody out there watching on YouTube, and welcome to race number 34 of Season 4 of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, also chase race number 8. I am Levi McIntyre, the voice of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Peak Performance 400 here at Pikes Peak International Raceway, as we are getting set for 38 laps of racing here at a treacherous mile racetrack here in Colorado. But before we look at the starting lineup, we have to take a look at the chase points coming into the race today, considering we are getting down to the wire to determine who's going to be the Season 4 champion. So after last week, Joshua Sekuli, his points lead got cut down. Now he leads by only 11 points over Sean Galligan, 34 over William Brock, 42 over our pole sitter for today, Dylan Young, 48 over Tim Fiegel, 54 over Dylan Poteet, 57 over both Rafael Leduc and Johnny Gardner, 59 over James Qualls, 88 over Kyle Matthews, 89 over Zach Flickinger, 98 over Dylan Jacobs, 105 over James McLeod, and 110 over Chris Dollarton. So with that said, let's get to the starting lineup. Starting in the last row is Matt McIntyre and the points leader Joshua Sekuli. Didn't get a very good qualifying start right there. Top 10, Dylan Young. This is his 6th pole of the season. Unbelievable. That's got to be a record for this channel for most poles in a season, with 6. That is Dylan Young's 6th pole of the season. Starting next to him is rookie Charles Belding. Starting in row 2 is John Cittadino and Sky Commons. Row 3, Zachary Fitzwater, Johnny Gardner. Row 4, Tim Fiegel, Zach Flickinger, and Row 5, Anthony McCrory and Seth Cole. Let's get the command to fire engines for the Peak Performance 400 at Pikes Peak.
Drivers, start your engines!
All 42 cars rolling on the racetrack for their one pace lap. So yeah, this is going to be yet another one of those big do-or-die races for some of the guys in the back half of the chase. Particularly 2 of them being Kyle Matthews, Zach Flickinger. They are going to have to hope to get top 5s and hope that guys ahead of them in points have a bad run if they're going to stay in the hunt for the championship going into the penultimate race at California. But anyways, it is time to boogity 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 go racing. My goodness, 4 wide for second right now between Belding, Cittadino, Fitzwater, and Fiegel. How in the world is this even possible right now? I have no clue, and it looks like now they settle it to 3 wide, but just how in the world were they able to race 4 wide for a whole lap without wrecking? That is unreal. I mean, I can't believe that actually happened. Right now we got 2, or actually 3 chasers up here in the top 5 currently. Young, Fiegel, and Dollarton, but William Brock, who's high up in the chase, is trying to get in there. And look at even a couple guys who started mid-pack. Rafael Leduc, James Qualls, and Kyle Matthews are kind of working together to try and get up to the front for themselves. Already a lot of big movers on the racetrack. So Looking around to see if we were under caution, and we are not. Meanwhile, 3 wide for second between Dollarton, McCurry, and Belding. Belding's going to have the advantage on the bottom, with help from Dougie Shears, kind of giving him a bit of a draft push, which is interesting. But Dylan Young has had the race lead ever since the drop of the green flag, and he's had a steady lead over everyone behind him, and that's because they keep racing each other really hard, but yet really, really clean, which is quite shocking, if I may say. But he may have a challenger. Dougie Shears now approaching the back bumper of Dylan Young. Now it's just a question of if whether or not he's going to be able to get underneath him for a move. But he is trying. But for now, he's going to tuck in line. And now he's going to move out to the bottom. Let's see if he can make this stick. He's there on the bottom with that move for the lead. And he, not quite clear. Although if he came up in front of him now, he would be clear. But Dougie Shears, new race leader. And now Dylan Young might lose a few more spots, because he's now stuck on the outside. And that is not where you want to be on this racetrack. Anthony McCurry now going to take second. James Qualls and Kyle Matthews, 2 teammates out of Retro Racing Enterprises, working together to try and get up to the front. Maybe, nearly contact between Belding and Young, but it's almost like as if Kyle Matthews may know that he knows he won't be able to get too much ahead of James Qualls, so he's trying to help him get up to the front. But now he may try and go for the lead, or not for the lead, for second himself. After all, Kyle Matthews is one of those major bubble drivers that is looking to try and get a good finish to get themselves back into the hunt for the championship. Let me find where Sekuli is. Sekuli, who started dead last, he's moved himself up quite a good ways. Let's see where he was last scored. 22nd. So where is he now? 20th. So he's moved up 22 spots since the drop of the green flag. It's like no matter where that car qualifies, he will always be a top running car on the racetrack. Joshua Sekuli has been a very consistent driver all season long. But back up here at the front, Dougie Shears still hanging on to the race lead. But when we get to lap number 19, that'll be when we're going to take our commercial break. And I gotta wonder, if this race stays green all the way through, when will these drivers elect to come down to pit road? That's going to be the big question. Right now, Dougie Shears, a steady lead over second place, which is now a battle between Kyle Matthews and the 00 of Charles Belding. Charles Belding, who's very low in the point standings in general, close to last. He's won twice this season, and he's trying to go for his 3rd win of the season. Right now running in second, and the highest not finishing rookie, but the highest running rookie on the racetrack by far. Although, looks like Kyle Matthews as the cameras got screwed up right there. But Kyle Matthews was the first one and the only one to come into pit road. That is interesting. Kyle Matthews was the only one to come into pit road last lap, and now here comes everyone else. But Anthony McCurry, as well as a few others, are going to stay out. Could be playing the strategy game. Maybe they'll try and extend it out to the halfway point, so that way they could only pit once and everybody else would have to pit twice, which would be an interesting strategic move for a lot of these drivers. A few of them still going to stick it out, Dylan Young being one of them, as well as Tim Fiegel, Charles Sanford. Anybody else behind them? Scott Roush, Jonathan Zorline. If they can make a another lap and a half around, then they would only have to pit one time. But let's see if they're going to... No, it looks like they're all coming in. I figured they would have tried to stretch it out another lap to see if they could have made it a one-stop race. But they might still be able to make it on a one-stop race. But anyways, the field's starting to get cycled around, and when we get to the line here, we're going to commercial break. But stick around, bottom of your screen. Live action will still happen, but we're taking a commercial break. We'll be right back. God, I could really use some good quality entertainment, but all I got's $40. So, what the hell am I going to do? Who the fuck are you? Shut up! I'm King Fat, you stupid idiot! And since I heard your complaints that you're looking for some quality entertainment for a value of $40 or under, how about some good old-fashioned Zev Bellringer porn? I said shut up! Anyways, if you go to clipsforsale.com/75701, you can get plenty of good quality porn from the greatest porn star to ever live. Also happens to be my queen. You can get masturbation tutorials, you can get home wrecker videos, you can get all kinds of stuff. So what do you say? I said, what do you say? I don't know what to say to you. Didn't I tell you to shut up? If you want to see some classic Zev Bellringer porn, go to either clipsforsale.com/75701 or the easier link of ZevBellringerPorn.com. Trust me, you'll thank me later. That is ZevBellringerPorn.com or clipsforsale.com/75701.
Go ahead. Indulge yourself with the finest food mankind ever created. After all, you deserve it after a long, hard day at work having to piddle around with a bunch of dumb fucking idiots on a golf course. So yes, eat away your pain.
Where's the pizza?
Hey, you there.
What?
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you, mister. Are you tired of the same old porn websites, and are you tired of watching formulaic videos?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, are you ready for something a little more innovative and interesting? Well, if you are, then head on over to ZevBellringerPorn.com and you'll find everything your big heart desires. Wait, you're going to let this opportunity go to waste? What the... Are you kidding me? How can you resist such a natural beauty like this? I mean, come on!
No, I'm just afraid I'm gonna get screwed over.
Oh, no. Contraire, my friend. You'll get screwed, but you'll get screwed in the best way possible. Just click this box right here, and you'll find an amazing experience that even a filthy mark like you will enjoy. So what are you waiting for? Click here now! Another satisfied customer. Well, Zev, let's go get you some more customers, shall we? You want to buy a bottle, plastic or glass? Well, we sell bottles. We only sell bottles. Be sure to go to www.bottlesinc.com. What the fuck am I doing with my life? Welcome back to live action here at the Peak Performance 400 at Pikes Peak International Raceway, as Joshua Michaels has taken over the race lead for now here at Pikes Peak. Right now the highest running rookie. So the full field rundown real quick before these guys elect to come in the pit road again. Joshua Michaels is your race leader. Second, Dougie Shears. Third, Charles Belding. Fourth, James Qualls. Fifth, Kyle Matthews. Sixth is Joshua Sekuli. Seventh, Rafael LeDuc. 8th, Anthony McCurry. 9th, Dylan Thoreau. 10th, Chris Dollerton. 11th is Ashland Boyd. 12th, Joshua Collard. 13th, Scott Roush. 14th, Phil Parker. 15th, Matt McIntyre. 16th, Dylan Jacobs. 17th, Sean Galligan. 18th is Matt Haas. 19th, Johnny Gardner. 20th is Preston Plord. 21st, James Shelley. 22nd, Charles Sanford. 23rd, James McLeod. 24th is John Cittadino. 25th, Zach Flickinger. 26th is Brandon Gonzalez. 27th, Sky Commons. 28th, Carson Gum. 29th, Zachary Fitzwater. 30th, Jonathan Zorline. 31st, Jessica Sheldon. 32nd, Dorian Facepuncher. 33rd, Jay Jefferson. 34th, DJ Curtis. 35th, William Brock. 36th, Seth Cole. 37th, Dylan Poteet. 38th, Trent Dunham. 39th, Tim Fiegel. 40th, Emmanuel Hartnett. 41st, Pichu London. And then dead last is Dylan Young, and almost a lap down. And now here come the second green flag pit stops of the day. Joshua Michaels, however, is going to stay out, as well as perhaps a lot of other drivers. Dylan Young, one of those guys who pitted later, could he attempt to stay out the rest of the race to pick up the win? I don't know if he can do it, but he might be able to try. Joshua Michaels coming in, and Anthony McCurry stays out, as well as a lot of other drivers. Some drivers trying to play the strategy game to see how far they can stretch their fuel tanks to the end of the race today. But here comes McCurry. Pretty much the majority of the Oh, Dougie Shears, I thought he about got into McLeod there. That could have been disastrous, but Scott Roush stays out and inherits the lead with less than 4 laps to go. Dylan Young, however, is coming in, so it looks like everyone else is going to pit this time. Let's see. Yes, Scott's coming in, as well as Gardner. Joshua Michaels looks like he's going to cycle back to the front once everyone else is pitted. So right now we are potentially looking at Joshua Michaels as the race leader, unless Anthony McCurry somehow keeps his car up at the front right here. And it looks like it's actually going to be McCurry who takes over the spot. But what about Scott Roush? No, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Less than 3 to go here at Pikes Peak. Anthony McCurry has now taken the race lead over, as we are still awaiting for the field to get fully cycled around after the second round of pit stops. 2 to go here at Pikes Peak. While McCurry has the lead, Joshua Michaels, he is coming up pretty fast, and it looks like he's going to try and go to the bottom. Gets a little bit of a bumper into the 61, a little bump and run action, and now Joshua Michaels takes the lead back as the white flag is displayed here at Pikes Peak. A slight bump and run move for the win there for Joshua Michaels to move Anthony McCurry out of the way to get to the race lead. Turn 3, getting ready to come off turn 4. Checkered flag is waving. Joshua Michaels wins the Peak Performance 400 at Pikes Peak International Raceway. Pit strategy prevailed for the 97, and he comes through with the W. As we get closer and closer to season's end, we're seeing some surprise winners come up and about to try and conclude their seasons on a high note. But let's look at the rest of the results. Anthony McCurry thought he had it when he got out of the pits ahead of the 97, but the 97 just had so much more speed and was able to bump and run McCurry out of the way to get the win, but McCurry still comes through with a second place finish. Scott Roush excellent strategy on his part to get a third place run. Same for Ashland Boyd in the 4th position, and Charles Belding finishes out in 5th. So we had 3 rookies finish in the top 5. Great day for the rookies. Dougie Shears finishes out in the 6th position. Matt McIntyre with a solid run in 7th. Points leader Joshua Sekuli was the highest finishing chaser, and he's going to extend that points lead. James Qualls finishes 9th, and then rounding out the top 10 with a great run in 10th, Johnny Gardner. Rest of the top 20 was Jonathan Zorling. Man, Zorling was so close to getting his first top 10 of the season, but he comes through with 11th. Then Charles Sanford, Joshua Collard, Sean Galligan, John Cittadino, Chris Dollarton, Phil Parker, Kyle Matthews, James McLeod, Dylan Thoreau. Rest of the top 30 was Matt Haas, Zachary Fitzwater, Rafael LeDuc, Dorian Facepuncher, James Shelley, Sky Comets, Brandon Gonzalez, Dylan Jacobs, Jay Jefferson, Jessica Shelton. Rest of the top 40 was Tim Fiegel, Carson Gum, Preston Blord, Zach Flickinger, DJ Curtis, William Brock, Dylan Poteet, Trent Dunham, Seth Cole, Emmanuel Hartnett, and then the final 2 cars, Dylan Young and Pichu London. So that does it for our coverage here today at Pikes Peak International Raceway. 2 races left. Next time, it's the penultimate race, the California 400 at California Speedway. But until then, here are your results, rookie points and regular points heading into California Speedway next week. And this is Levi McIntyre signing off.